Hi folks, Owen here. I was recently at a startup event in London. The pitch by Deel was 48 startups who pitched 2 minutes each over the course of an afternoon. So I have to say I got a lot of um, rich feedback and pattern matching on what works well, what resonates, speaking to other people at the event, which people pitched best, which people maybe had some more room for improvement. So I want to share 5 top tips on how to pitch better, how to pitch more effectively, and communicate your message, and obviously open doors. So the first is keep it simple. So assume your audience knows nothing, communicate it from the ground up, and make it as accessible and as easy for everyone to follow. Even if you're pitching to a kind of a tech community with a tech product doing tech things, it's probably going to be a bunch of people in the room who have never heard of the thing you're doing. A simple example of that is granola is one of the probably fastest growing and most popular products. There's a lot of buzz around it at the moment in the tech community. There's a show of hands at one stage for how many people are using granola in a room of maybe 200, 250. 20 people, maybe 50, maybe 20% of the room put their hands up. So again, that's something that a lot of people might take for granted. Tip 2, avoid text on your slides. It's not a high school essay competition. Just it's distracting from your message. People don't have the time to read the text in your slides. Keep it simple. Maybe one word, maybe one sentence. Let your storytelling, let your narrative, let your speaking do the work. Couple of images, snazzy slides, fair enough. But keep it simple. To go back to the first point. Step 3, speak slowly. Speak more slowly than you think you need to. We're all guilty of having to get everything we know into 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever. This is even more important if you're from potentially somebody who doesn't speak English as a first language, or you have an accent. So I have a bit of a Tipperary accent. I was at the Mart there last Saturday and I met it was a good old turnout. Most people won't understand what I've just said. So it's unhelpful for me with my Tipperary accent to go full Tipperary during a pitch event. So again, no matter where you come from, no matter where English is your first language or not, I think speaking slowly will stand to you. Tip 4, avoid jargon. Do not say agents for AI powered. All this bullshit buzzwords, they don't really mean anything. We don't talk about electricity operated elevators. We don't talk about steam powered locomotives. So I think we're in a little bit of a phase where AI is still a bit of a hype thing. But I think if you're a startup and you're solving a real problem and you have traction and you have customers and you have examples that you can point to, you should be able to communicate what value, what benefit, what time saving, whatever that might be that you're bringing to your customer base. And again, building on the other points, using simple, effective language to communicate that, I think will resonate a lot better. There's a kind of a tendency for a lot of startups to say AI and agents for this and stuff like that, but a lot of it is just not really helpful. So tip 5, use less time than you're allocated. So if you have 2 minutes to pitch your startup, plan for 1 minute 45. If you have 1 minute, use 45 seconds. You'll always go on a little bit longer than you think. Running into the buzzer doesn't leave the audience with that sense of clarity, with that impression that this person kind of is on top of their brief. We're raising into the last, as you're walking off the stage. It's just not a great look, and it doesn't speak to probably the level of effort and coherence that you have about what you're doing. So that's it. So kind of just to wrap this up, keep it simple, avoid text on slides, speak slower, and I'm guilty of that as well. Avoid jargon and use less time than you're allowed. So they're my top tips for anybody who's pitching their startup. Finally, anybody stands up in front of a stage, in front of a bunch of people. It's never an easy thing. You're probably going to make some mistakes. That's okay. Learn from them and you'll do a better job next time. And one more thing. If any of this is relevant or helpful and you want to get into the weeds a little bit more, link in the comments for more information.